whispered logic puzzles. Thank you for joining me. I'm Andrea, and I'm going to play some Sudoku. In Sudoku, each row has the digits from 1 to 9 with no duplicates. Each column has the digits from 1 to 9 with no duplicates. And each 3 by 3 square has the digits from 1 to 9 with no duplicates. So when I start, I often start looking at ones. I've got a 1 here, here, and here. It doesn't look like that's enough information to find anything else right now. So let's look at 2s. A 2 here, and here, and over here. Okay, nothing on the 2s yet. Let's look at 3s. Let's see, there's a 3 here, a 3 here. Okay, the 4s. So 4 here, a 4 here, a 4 here, and a 4 here. So this is a 4. Okay. I don't think I can get anything else right now. Alright. Let's look at 5s. So 5 here, 5 here, and 5 here. Okay. I don't see anything yet. Let's look at 6s. Okay, I've got a 6 here, a 6 here. So in this square, there's 1 in this column and 1 in this column. Well, there's a 6. Okay, over here there's a 6 in this column, a 6 in this column, a 6 in this row. So there's my 6 here. And in this center, there's a 6 in this row, a 6 in this row, and a 6 in this column. So I have a 6 right there. And now if we go up to the top, 6 to this row and this row. So here's my 6. Looks like we got all the 6s there. Okay, let's look at 7s. There's 7 here, 7 here. But take these both down, and then there's a 7 in this row. So this is a 7. 7 here. Alright, up here, I've got a 7 in this column, 7 in this column, and a 7 in this row. So here's a 7. Okay. And that's, actually there is something else I can do. Because when I look up here, there's a 7 here, so the 7 is either in the left or right of this square. Down here, there's a 7 in this row and a 7 in this row. So it's the left or right of this square. So in the middle, it's got to be in the center. But there's 1 in this row. So this is the 7. Okay, now let's look at 8s. An 8 here, an 8 here, 8 here. Let's see. I don't think I can do anything with the 8s yet. Alright, let's check 9s. Looking at the bottom, I have a 9 in this row. this column and a 9 in this column. So this is the 9. And here I have a 9 in this row, 9 in this row, and a 9 in this column. So this is the 9. Okay, well that looks good. Let's go back to ones, because now that I've filled in some stuff, I might get more information. Okay, there's 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Okay, I can't do anything else with the ones yet. Let's look at 2s again. 2. Let's see. 2. Over here. Okay, I don't see anything with the 2s yet. Let's look at the 3s. Okay, there's a 3 in this row. So this has to be the 3. Run over here, and I've got a 3 in the top row, and the second row, and a 3 in this column. So there's a 3. Down here, there's a 3 in this center column. So this bottom row will have a 3. And then this column has a 3, and this column has a 3. So here's a 3. Then over here, the bottom row has a 3. Middle row has a 3. So there's a 3. Okay. In this square, there's a 3 in this column and a 3 in this row. So here's a 3. Okay, I can't get the last ones quite yet. Alright, let's look at 4s. Right, there's a 4 in this row and a 4 in this column. So there's a 4. Down here, there's a 4 in this row and a 4 in this column. So here's a 4. Then over here, I've got a 4 in this row. So here's a 4. Then come up here, I've got a 4 in this column and a 4 in this column. So here's a 4. Okay, looks like we've completed the 4s. Let's look at 5s. There's a 5 in this column. So this is a 5. Over here, I've got a 5 in this row. A 5 in this row, so this is a 5. Okay. Looking in this row right here, it needs a 5, and there's a 5 in this column, so this right here is the 5. And let's see. In this, there's a 5 in this column, 5 in this column, so the center's a 5. And now come over here, there's a 5 in this row. So this is a 5. Then we come down here, there's a 5 in this column. So this is a 5. And that completes the 5s. So before I move on to 6s, this square is almost complete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 7. This square is almost complete. It's missing the 1. This square is almost complete. It has 1. I'm missing the 2. This column, I have 1. And then missing the 2. Okay, up here now, there's a 1 in this row. So there's the 1, 2, 3, there's a 2 in this row, so this is the 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means this is 8. Down here, I have a 1 in this column and a 1 in this column, so this is the 1. And there's a 2 in this column, so here's the 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, in this row, I'm missing the 1. In this row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and missing 8. See, in the square, I have 1, 2. One of these is a 3. 4, 5, 6. There's a 7 in this column, so this is a 7. 8, 9. So this is the 3. And now to the center square. So 1 in the top row and a 1 in this row, so this is the 1. And let's see. There's a 2 in this row, so this is the 2. And 3, there's a 3 in this column, so this is the 3. And 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's an 8. I didn't even need to take any notes with the pencil on this one. Anyhow. So I was thinking, let's go ahead and do the next puzzle. Okay, so let's start with the 1s. I find it interesting how so many puzzles, this is just a side note, but so many puzzles, they start out with the numbers that they insert in symmetrical ways. Like, if you were to flip the bottom up, it matches. Like, there's 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom. 1 in this center, 1 in this center, then 2, 2. In this corner, there's these 3 corners. There, there. You could flip the puzzle right on left or bottom to top, and it's all the positions that they put stuff in is symmetrical. And I see that on so many puzzles. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I've got a 1 here, and here, and here. It doesn't look like I can do anything with that yet. Okay, let's look at 2s. Got a 2 in this column, 2 in this row, 2 in this column. 2, 2, 2. Okay, I can't put in any 2s yet. So let's look at 3s. There's a 3. Okay, I'm gonna look down here. There's a 3 in this column and a 3 in this column. this row, 5 in this row. So put a 5 right there. Okay, now we'll look at 6. Okay, over here, got a 6 in the top row, a 6 in the bottom row, 6 right there, so this is a 6. Down here, a 6 in this column and a 6 in this column, so this is the 6. In this square, I've got a 6 in this column, so this is a 6. Over here, I have a 6 in this row and a 6 in this row, so this is the 6. In this square, I've got a 6 in this column and a 6 in this column, so this is the 6. In the center, I have a 6 in the top row, 6 in the middle row, 6 in this column, and 6 in this column. So there's a 6. And it looks like we got all of the 6s now. Before I move on, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be 7, 8, 9. And in this row, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be 8, 9. Okay, let's move on to 7s. Looking in the center here, there's a 7 in this column, 7 in this column, and a 7 in this row. So there's a 7. Over here, I've got a 7 in the top row, 7 in the second row. So this is a 7. Down here, I have a 7 in this column and a 7 in this column. So there's my 7. Okay. In this square, a 7 in this row and a 7 in this row, and a 7 in this column. So here's my 7. Come down here, there's a 7 in this column,